Jeez, that's it. There we go. Got it. Got it going. All right. That's the stream. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Thank you for checking out the live stream. I am Tim Trueheart. We are here. We are ready to rock and roll. Holla. Okay, so this is the Tim Trueheart live stream. I do this on 7 o'clock East Coast Standard Time, 7 p.m., and that's when I do it. And what I do is I talk about life, how to, be successful, improve your life in the most fun and entertaining way possible. That's literally what the whole live stream is all about. I'm an artist, I'm an entertainer, I'm a comedian, and I am just all around a I'm an artist, man. That's really what I am. And I'm on a journey. I'm on a mission to dude. Thank you for checking it out, Michael. Thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate you. So yeah, that's my whole thing, man. I'm here to try to improve your life and help you out in any way that I know possible. What's up, Chris Haas? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, you guys. Okay, so I got to put the glasses on. I'm sorry. I got to wear my glasses here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a live stream chat going. You guys have already started it. If you are checking out this live stream for the first time, please engage in the chat, subscribe, like, and comment in any of the YouTube videos I have about what you'd want me to talk about and whatever. And I'm totally open to talking about whatever you want. Dude, I'm so glad you've been waiting on this, man. It makes me feel real good. I'm feeling really good today. So to see that you like that makes me feel great. It really does. So I got these glasses. I'm getting some new glasses, man. I usually wear contact lenses, but I went ahead and I got an eye exam not too long ago, and I'm getting some new glasses. I'm taking it back to the old school. Now these are my old ones, and they're so clunky. I don't like how they look. I feel like they make me look super ugmo. But I'm rocking them for right now, just so that I can see, so we can have a good live stream. So they're like really glary, and they're kind of crooked, and they've got scratches all over the lenses. But it's like totally doesn't matter, man. Totally doesn't matter. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and I want to let you know that we have a special guest on this live stream today. It's going to be Chingadiculous. He's going to be checking in with us and rapping with us. He's coming in from Los Angeles. So that's going to be a lot of fun. He's one of my best friends, if not, yeah, he's one of my best friends in the whole mundo. So this will be good. We're going to cover some UFC talk as well, and then we're going to talk about whatever else is clever, whatever's clever. Everybody. Okay, let me make sure that everything's cool. I hope you guys are doing good. What's your W of the day? Let's talk about this topic: jelqing process and growing. Yeah. We will get into the jelqing. We will certainly get into the jelqing. I did. You did get a jelq tool, right? You bought a jelq tool? Because if you haven't got a jelq tool, then I suggest you get one. Spend like $20, $25 on the shipping and handling as well. Like 20 bucks, then maybe another $10 on shipping and handling. Get yourself a jelq tool and use that jelq tool to help your life, to help your confidence grow as your member grows, as your hog gets bigger. Help yourself and help your hog by getting yourself a jelq tool. Michael, get yourself a jelq tool. Do that now. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We got the word of the day. We're gonna come to the word of the day in just a little bit. Let's see. Sorry, I got a couple of different windows open. I've been having some trouble with my streaming software. I'm thinking about moving into a different streaming software. I want to do StreamYard. I think that'll be a lot more fun. We'll probably get into that later. I see you, Chingadiculous. Dude, I am setting up the windows for us right now. Bear with me. Mega overlay, dude. Mega overlay? That's my mega overlay. Let me make sure I got my, dude, I gotta make sure I got your overlay set up. Otherwise, it's gonna look gangsta. Yo, so, talk to me, man. Talk to me, guys. I want to see what you guys got to say. What are your W's? Put your W's in there. Your W of the day, my crush dreamed about me and she told you? Dude. Dope W. Dope W. Okay, good. Did you did miss the jelqing talk for just a little bit, Chingadiculous, don't worry. We'll get into that again a little bit later in the live stream. Just let me see if I can pull up the window for you. I don't want it to look super ghetto. Please don't let it look ghetto as fuck. Oh, please. Please, no ghetto look. I don't want a ghetto look on live stream for you. Don't want it to look ghetto. Don't want to get to look. Where's it at, bitch? Where's my live stream overlay? I made this shit by hand. I made it by hand, bro. Fuck. Might not have it. Might not have it. Oh, dude. Yeah, there should be a Chingadiculous overlay. I'm literally looking through files. I have detailed files. Fun fact, one of my W's for today was like yesterday's my W was I watched the fucking Terminator movie. I watched the Terminator movie, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, from beginning to end with my brother. How fun is that? How freaking fun is that, man? Do you guys understand how dope it is to watch Terminator 2 with your brother? Oh, it felt so good. It feels so good. He was saying so much good shit. My Arnold Schwarzenegger said so many good lines. He's like, God. He's like, uh, take a chill pill, dickwad. He's saying shit like that. He's like, hasta la vista, baby. It's just good shit. Okay, what am I pulling up? What am I pulling up? What am I pulling up? What the hell am I pulling up here? I'm trying to get you guys ready. Oh yeah, Zoom. We're busting out with the Zoom. Zoom in a boom boom. I'm gonna all zoom in a boom boom. Gonna make a zoom 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 in your boom boom boom. I'm gonna zoom in your boom boom boom. Yeah. If you guys have not already done it, please get a please check out the Instagram page. It's called New Killa to FPV. That is my brother's. That is my brother in San Diego's Instagram page, New Killa to FPV. Check that shit out. It's sick as F. It is sick as F, and it's gonna be dope, man. You're gonna like it a lot. You're gonna like it a lot. We're checking it out in just a second. Personal meeting ID. Yeah, yep, there we go. Generate automatically. We'll do this one. Cool. Cool. Almost there, man. I'm almost there, you guys. You're just looking at my ugly face. I get it. Host off. Participant on. Cool. Save. Okay, start this meeting. Great. Okay, got it. That looks good. Okay. Almost there, man. This is it. Okay, I'm gonna send this to Chingadiculous. He's gonna get it in just a second, and then once he gets it, that'll be beautiful. Yeah, there we go. It's good to have best friends. Do you guys have best friends? Because if you don't have a best friend or really good friends, you need them. You need them, dud. You need them, did. Yeah, need them. You need them. Okay, what do we got? Almost got it. I almost got the shit set up. It's almost set up. It's almost set up. I want you to understand this. I'm ghetto. I'm legit ghetto. So, like when I do stuff, a lot of times it's not the best that it could be. It's really not. It could definitely be better a lot of the time. Fuck, dude. This might look terrible. Yeah, this might look really bad. Fuck you guys. This might look terrible. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Get it. What you got? Did you get it yet, dude? Did you? He's okay. I'm gonna admit it. Coming in. There you go. Nope, I don't need that. Zoom meeting. I see you. Where you at? There you are. Can you hear me? Oh wait, let me make sure I can hear you. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Unmute my speaker. Unmute. Multi output. Samuel LCD. I see you, man. You're right there. Okay. Go ahead. Say something. You can see me. Why am I not hearing you? Are you unmuted? I can't hear you, bro. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not hearing you. Is it on my end? That's what I need to know. Can you hear? You can hear me, right? Okay. You can hear me? Yeah, you can hear me loud and clear. Great. Okay, awesome. So then why am I not able to hear you? Okay. Set this up here. That doesn't make any sense. I'm the most ghetto internet motherfucker out there. I'm the most ghetto one on the internet. Can you take your headphones out, like of the keyboard computer? Is that, I don't know if that would change anything. Would it? Would it change anything? Fudge! I can't hear you. Why can I not hear you? Why can I not hear you? This has happened before. Remember this happened before? Do you remember this happened before? Where I couldn't hear you? Shit. Shit, 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 shit. Dude, everybody's watching me fail. Everybody's watching me fail, bro. Dude, why is this happening? What are you proposing to do? What do you propose that I do? I don't know it. I'm making many mistakes. I'm making mistakes. I'm making mistakes here. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, fuck. Okay, wait. I figured it. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. I'm in here. I'm going to add a window. I'm going to add a display. Go ahead, add a display. Do that. Calm down. All you need is another display. Get another window. That's not the window that I wanted. It's not the window that I wanted. I'm going to have to delete that window. Everybody's watching you fail. You're bombing. You're bombing on stage. It's not really a stage. It's not really a stage. It's okay. Try it again. Try another window display. Don't use display capture 1. Try display capture 2. Okay, that's not the display you want. Okay, no, that's still not what you wanted. Okay, everyone's still watching. Stop doing it. Stop doing savers. Just focus. I can't do it. I'm not gonna be able to make it happen, bro. I'm not gonna be able to make it work, bro. Window capture. Wait, it's my okay. Oh, I know. Oh, I figured it out. Okay, the, source capture, media source, window cap. Ooh, media source. Okay, media source. Okay, no, this one. Where's it at? Okay, good. No, ooh, no. I need to use my webcam. That's my media source that I want, and then I'll add that in here. That's not that kind of thing. That's not how it works. Nobody knows you're gay. Nobody knows you're gay. You're just thinking that. Nobody can hear you say that you're gay. It's not true. It wouldn't matter anyways. Okay, I see his tongue. Display capture. It's not a display. Media. Video capture device. Video capture device. There you go. There you go, son of a bitch. There you go, son of a motherfucking bitch, ass motherfucking nigga. There you go, ass face. Ha! It's getting better. It's getting better. Everyone's looking at Chingadicculous. Hardcore. They're looking at him. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This is look. But the problem is that we still can't hear you. That's the problem. That's the problem. The problem is we can't hear you. Okay? So that's the issue. That's the big issue. So now we're trying to fix that. So once we get that done, then we got something good going on here. Okay, so how do I get you? I want to hear you. I got the Zoom. You're in the Zoom. And then I got your mute my audio. I'm not trying to mute my audio. I definitely don't want to mute mine. Uh-huh. Got my homeboy here. I got my homeboy and he's ill. I'm going to a place where my homeboy's chill. That's working. That's working. Mute, built-in audio. Let's go. Wait, let's try this one. Multi-output device. Go ahead, say something.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, shit, son! Can you hear yourself?
Yeah, well, I mean, because I'm not because there's a delay, so I just have the zoom on, so I don't hear it.
You know what it is? It's a developmental delay on my part.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. I hear it on the YouTube now. I heard the YouTube, so I'm muting the YouTube.
you mute you.
Yeah. I'm muting the audio from YouTube, but I don't
Yes, you
have.
mute the audio from the
I don't have
YouTube.
I need to hear you in Zoom.
Right, because that we're in real time, you and I. But
Yeah.
everybody else understands this. It's a little
This
harder
is
for them to understand it, but we
this is
understand
like that scene in Spaceballs when they go to Mr. Video and they rent Spaceballs the movie.
Yes.
And they're like, well, we'll just fast forward. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, you can fast forward, you know. And they stop. He's like, where are we? He's like, this is now. This is happening right now. When? It just happened. How? Just then. When? Already happened. And then they, fast forward to them in the deserts. And then they go to the desert and comb the desert.
It's the most gangster shit of all time.
Yeah. Spaceballs is a beautiful film.
It is. Yes. Oh, I got it. Oh, there we go. Check this out. Watch this. I'll show you how I know some stuff. Okay, so you're looking at the screen. You're not going to see it now. You're going to see it in a few seconds.
Okay. When?
Yeah. Okay, and then it'll be like this. Yeah, it'll look cooler in a second. If I can just get this to move there. That didn't work. Oh, yep, almost. Nope. I'm trying to make it look cool.
Are you putting the overlay with Too Ridiculous on it?
I can't get it. It's probably not gonna happen.
I think this is better because that overlay cuts me off and you can actually see my entire face. As we used to do this previously.
Right.
Put that overlay on. And then
the overlay's cool. Yeah, the overlay's dope. I just couldn't get.
Cool. You have to work on the aspect ratio for it.
It's the kind of thing where I have to literally sit down in my own time and do it, and I don't do that. Yeah. I've been bummed out a lot, so I haven't been doing shit like that.
Michael Reynoso can hear us. That's great. Don't
Good,
have
cool.
majestic voice.
What did he say? Did he say you have a majestic voice?
No, he just said I hear him, which I translated.
You are him. You are him. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's talk a little about joking for Michael's sake right now because he wants to learn about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So have you? You've never jelked, as what I've come to.
Well, I mean, I think I've so I was first introduced to the concept of jelking when I was in the Marine Corps. We had this Navy corpsman, Doc Poole, and his name was Jacob too, and this dude was he was like a SoCal bro, and I remember he used to talk about going to swinger parties with his wife and shit, and then I remember one time we're in the field, we're really bored, and he's talking about, and I think, and if I'm not mistaken, this is joke. He's talking about, there's some exercises you can do with your dick to help it grow. He's like, what you do is you get like a towel. He's like, you might want to first start off like a bandana, like a do-rag. And he's like, and you start jerking off, and it gets hard, and then you start working your Kegels, and you do like an exercise with that. And he's like, eventually you'll go to like a towel. He's like, maybe you get one of those like those exercise bands. You do it like that, and he used to always swear about it. He's like, you'll put some extra inches on your cock. I wasn't really introduced to the actual term joking until I had the honor and privilege of meeting you, Mr. Trueheart.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but the concept of doing, because if I'm not mistaken, joking is like doing an exercise with your penis to try to make it like get bigger, last longer, and have a more explosive, a magma type eruption.
Yeah, we're doing is we're trying to build girth and work on avoiding things like ED and stuff like that. There's some good benefits to it. Yeah. So I'm glad that they're doing that even in the Marine Corps. People are aware of this stuff because it seems like it's kind of a little bit below the radar.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm not shocked. I mean, like, when I was in, I remember I had some buddies, they were like, I had one buddy, and it's great, we called him Cheese Dick.
Cheese Dick, okay.
Yeah, that was his nickname, Cheese Dick. He would always talk about using growth creams.
Growth creams?
This is like around 2003, 2004, when you get the porno mags, they have all the, the stuff about, the snake oil.
It's the back page stuff, yeah.
Yeah, to get your dick bigger. But
Y-
no, Doc Poole was all, yeah, and he would talk for hours about how to make your dick bigger or go to swinger parties and wife swap. And it
oh,
was like, yeah, and it was funny because I just, on Instagram, there's this one page that I follow. It's called Bet TV. It's like Netflix for the military. And they had a post where it was like, that look you give when you, it's essentially a caption like these two guys, in combat gear. One guy has this weird look, and it says, there's always one guy in every unit that talks to you about going to swinger parties. And I'm like, yep, I totally know what you're talking about, Doc Poole.
okay, okay. So, well, okay. Let's touch on that a little bit. So, you're familiar with the concept of the like fighter pilots that do the wife swapping?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, a lot of people don't know about that. I mean, I learned about that from listening to Rogan and whatnot, and him hearing other people actually talking about that concept. But um, yeah, I always thought that was fascinating because it makes complete sense. You know what I mean? It really does.
Yeah, it
Um,
does.
from like a almost like an evolutionary standpoint, like evolutionary biology, like within like going into war and having tribes and stuff like that, and like somebody's got to stay behind, and it's like David Goggins goes, "Who's gonna watch the boats?" Right? It's like, "Who's gonna watch the wife?" And it's like, "I will. I will take care of Karen. I will take that one on the chin." You know. Okay, so this is the thing that we want to kind of explain. I have an object. I have like somewhat of like an objective goal for the average man out there jelking, and what I think this guy should be looking for is a quarter of an inch to a third of an inch every 4 months of consistent jelking. So we're talking about 3 days a week, 4 days a week, maybe maximum
Okay.
4 days a week. So we're talking about this is what we're thinking about. Okay.
And that's how you can give it a third of an inch.
Yeah. So you'll get like a
Yeah.
maximum a third of an inch. It's going to depend on your own genetics, obviously, and your own maximum potential. Because this is the first thing that one should understand. One should understand that they are not all at their potential today. Right now, RN, you're not at your maximum potential now. What you're doing is, you're drinking out of a plastic water bottle that's got some BPA's in it. You're using all sorts of soap that are not organic soaps. You're not eating super healthy. The water that's coming out of the sink. There's a lot of different things that are actually happening that are diminishing your normal potential now. So one of the first things we got to do is we got to take all of that off the table. We got to take all those variables off the table, and then what you're going to do is you're going to get some growth immediately. And that's just not even with the jelking. Now what we're going to do is jelking is like martial arts. Jelking is like a vehicle to raise your human potential. That's what jelking is. So it's like I don't know how to fight. These bullies are beating me up. So then you go and Mr. Miyagi teaches you wax on, wax off, and then you now are an even better Daniel Lawrence. Is it Daniel LaRusso?
Daniel LaRusso.
Daniel LaRusso. I
And if you
apologize.
break your dick, is Mr. Miyagi gonna heal it
He's
with
gonna
his hands?
he's and the old foot powder.
No,
New
no.
new new
It's
foot powder.
interesting how you kind of tie it in and make this comparison to martial arts. So are we saying like to get optimal gains, if you may, in your joking? Does that mean like when you go to jujitsu, after you get done rolling around, you should go totally no gi and do no gi and just focus on joking with your partner? Is that kind of like
No,
like
no, it's more.
I assume there's like levels to it. So maybe like partner joking isn't until you get to like a really high. Like is that beyond like a black belt? Like
I
what belt color in BJJ do I get to where I can really be like, hey, let's do some partner joking after we work on this triangle show.
I say second degree black.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be up there for a year. That means, I mean, I'm talking about 7 years after you get your first black belt.
So, okay.
That's
yeah.
your second degree black belt should come like somewhere between 3 to 7 years after you've had a black belt. So second,
when you go no gi, you're just completely new.
yeah,
And it's like you transition from like rubber, or is that a rubber guard to joking drills, right?
it's you go from rubber guard to rubber dong, and and crackhead control somewhere in there.
Oh, oh Jesus Christ!
Okay, so
Oh.
you don't want to get caught in the twister though, bro. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna want to. Yeah, so the thing about joking is it's always like, well, I mean, we could continue to compare it to like the martial arts things. I would say that it's like, yeah, are you familiar with like push hands kung fu? So push hands kung fu. So push hands kung fu is like, I would say, the most applicable form of kung fu that you'll. It's a lot with like the Wing Chun kind of stuff. So, anyways, that's what Josh Whiteskin does. Josh Whiteskin is he's the man that the movie and book Searching for Bobby Fischer is actually all about. So you're familiar with that film and that movie from like the early '90s?
I remember the name. I do not believe I've ever watched.
Okay, right. No, a lot of people haven't watched it. So Bobby Fischer was America's greatest chess prodigy, like of all time, even at this point, right? Bobby Fischer. So after Bobby Fischer, like grew up, he was no longer a chess prodigy. He's just an adult that's amazing at chess. So what happens is, America is not necessarily like the place where you get all the best chess players now. So there was this thing where like, who's going to be the next Tiger Woods? Who's going to watch the boats? So what happens is, this guy's son is actually an amazing chess prodigy. That son is named Josh Whiteskin. The writer of the book Searching for Bobby Fischer, that is the father of Josh Whiteskin. So Josh Whiteskin is like the #1 American chess player from his age of like 8 to 18. For like 10 years, this dude's the best guy. So then he like stops playing chess when he's like 20. He goes walking around Europe. He gets like weird and like starts backpacking. He comes back to America, and then he starts trying to do something different. He starts doing push hands kung fu, right? He's doing Tai Chi, but then he's like, there's something more to this Tai Chi, and there's like a more of a martial arts aspect of it. So then he starts doing this. 4 years later, he's the first American to be. He's the first non-Chinese person, actually, but he happens to be American. He's the first non-Westerner to win the world championships of push hands kung fu.
So he's like Frank Dukes in a sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's the best. He's like the best at becoming the best.
Okay.
That's what he is, right? So then he wins 4 years in a row. Then he says, I want to do something else. So then he starts doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He lives in New York City. He trains with Marcelo Garcia.
Nice.
So this guy is like, this is my point. He's getting a lot of private lessons. He's doing a lot of things where somebody's teaching him a technique. Like a golf instructor would teach Tiger Woods something. He would look at his stroke. He would then look at the video, show Tiger Woods the video, show him on the screen, and then Tiger goes home and then he practices it. That's what the jelking is like with the professional black belt jelkers.
Okay, so you need like a specialist.
You need somebody who's really, really good at it, and they're going to teach you everything. And they're going to like look at your technique, and they're going to show you.
Is it like you need like a specialist where it's like maybe you're a baseball pitcher and you have one coach that just his focus is the curve, and they have another one whose focus is like the splitter. Like you want a camp of jelking specialists.
Yes.
Really give you focused insight on, hey, this is what you do when you jelk with a hot towel, or have you thought about jelking with wet wipes, or maybe it's time you start bringing in some Olympic weights into the jelking and like some clamps and whatnot.
So yes.
It's just, Rogan says it with MMA. There's levels to the sport.
There's
the same with jelking, right?
Right. Are you familiar with like the technique where if you are doing it and you don't have an even, well, it's for real, man. if you don't have even technique, you will develop certain syndromes. Like one syndrome is the baseball bat syndrome. So the baseball bat syndrome is when you don't yank hard enough at the base, but you yank harder at the head. So then your head
Ah,
grows. So then your dick is wider at the head and the base. Like halfway, it gets thicker there, and then toward like the base is narrower, and then it's thicker towards the head and the
yeah,
end.
that makes sense.
That's the
And,
baseball one.
and have you encountered like bowling pin syndrome,
The
where it's like
I've
too much
never
emphasis on the base and not enough at the head, and then it comes out
I've
like bowling pin shaped?
that would be true, but it seems to express itself more. I like to say things like express and manifest these days. I think it seems to express itself more as something of like an orange road cone.
Ah, fascinating. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and that's but the bulbousness of the bowling pin is something that we don't want. You want something that's going to be like a Magnum 44 marker, where there's like the width to length ratio of one of the, those big markers they use, like those graffiti artists use,
Yeah.
or like a you want something like, think Red Bull can type ratio, Red Bull type can, not like a NOS energy drink or something like that, or a Monster. Red Bulls. That's kind of like, you want this width, but you also want this length to go with it. That's what you want.
What about like a Four Loco?
It's see, the thing is, the width to the length is not. It's too much. It's like you need. It's
Okay.
yeah. No. It's really like right in there with the Red Bull. Um,
Red Bull. Okay.
even like
So you'd say Red Bull is the gold standard.
Red Bull is, yeah. I mean, that's what they said. I've heard the two Red Bull, two like Red Bull cans on top of each other is like insane. It's not even possible. It doesn't even seem possible.
Yeah,
The
that's like one of those skinny wiffle ball bats.
Yeah, a wiffle ball bat's gonna be gangster. Like the end of a wiffle ball bat, you're gonna be killing people. You're gonna be killing people. You don't need you. This is the thing. This is the thing about dicks, man. You don't need to have a giant hog. The thing, like, you're not gonna be happy just because you have a giant dick.
No,
It
no.
will not. Like, I can take your biggest problem off of the table. There will be another problem that will fill that void in short order. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. It's like it's just like the same thing. It's like, so I can take the biggest problem off your table. Now, you're going to just have other fucking problems. You're not going to be without problems. But now, I'm not saying that you wouldn't benefit greatly from not having that big fucking problem. No bullshit. It's going to be great for you. It might change your life. But you're still going to have problems. It's not going to be easy street, motherfucker. The other thing is, when you right, and then that's the same thing for getting successful. So let's say, like, you got what you wanted. You got what you wanted, right? You just won the NBA championship. You fucking already got to the NBA, motherfucker. You won the NBA championship. Guess what? There's rookies, and they're coming out every year. They keep making new black people, and they're just awesome. They're just awesome now, and you're like, shit, I'm not even black. I'm like European, and now they're making more fucking goddamn Croatians. Shit, goddamn Tony Kukoc Jr. Tony Kukoc Jr. is coming in here. Why don't you just go do MMA, you freaking Eastern European guy? Why don't you just do MMA? Or just hang out in Copenhagen or wherever, Prague, and eat some pierogies or whatever the fuck you do.
You fucking Eastern Europeans, aren't you supposed to just stay in your parents' basement in the Ukraine and try to rig elections in the United States?
Yeah, bro.
What shit is this?
Aren't you supposed to be robbing Nigerians via the internet? I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so God, I want to talk more. Like, okay, I don't want to. I want to give Michael a little bit more joke talk. Yeah, so you really got to think about like Randy Johnson is the greatest pitcher of all, not of all time, but he's one of the greatest pitcher of the '90s and the mid 2000s, like this time period, right? He was very good, and you know what made him great? He got help from a guy who was, because he's 6'10", so a 6'2" baseball player, pretty tall baseball player, not great, but not short, said, "I'm gonna help you. I'm a pitcher," and that guy was Nolan Ryan. So Nolan Ryan gave Randy Johnson advice And before the end of that season, Randy Johnson was getting. I think he had got his first no hitter before the end of that season. Um, so you need to think about your own biology and what kind of things that you can expect. Just like I say in comedy, when you go on stage, while you're up there and before you get on stage, you got to look around at the audience. You got to think about what is a reasonable expectation of the feedback and results that I should be able to expect. Because when you're trying to do some joking, what is a reasonable expectation of what I can expect? And then like that's like reasonable, right? And then be able to think like, okay, so if I get 70 to 80% of what I consider to be reasonable, that is a success. So it's not like, okay, man, I've been joking for 3 months now and I only got a quarter inch. It's like, dude, you got a quarter inch bigger dick in 3 months. In 12 months, if you maintain that, your dick will be 1 inch longer and there'll be some more girth to it. Now that's just what I think. That's something that people would be impressed by. They'd be happy with that. Now, let's think about it like this, because I'm almost done talking about dicks now. I want to be clear. I'm not even really talking about. It's like it's all metaphorical, man. I'm trying to talk about like sports and art and martial arts to try to temper this whole hog talk. So yeah, sorry, I got a fucking hair in my eye. What was I just saying? I'm sorry. Do you remember? I was making a lot of points. You're making a lot of points here, bro.
No, I think I think it's one of those things where it's like.
Yeah. Oh no, I got it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Do you mind? Okay. So
Go on.
you have this guy would look at the situation where he worked out for 4 months and he got 1 inch on his dong. And then he's going to be like, dude, man, I wanted like 3 inches. And it's like, okay, first off, that's unreasonable expectations, man. You want to get 3 inches of growth in 1 month, man? You got to take your time. You got to take your time. You're going to get an inch a year, man. In 3 years, you're going to have 3 inches. That's the truth. And you got to look at it like, man, you got that. Because I'll tell you this, there's this question that comes on around a lot. It's a thought experiment for dudes. If I could give you 2 inches of length and like, a half inch of girth on your dome right now, but I'm going to take 2 years off the end of your life, would you take it? Would you take 2 inches more dong for 2 years of life?
I don't think I would.
No. Okay, right. A lot of dudes would be like, nah. Not, especially not a mature guy. A mature guy who's like okay as a person in themselves, they're not gonna do that. Now, okay, so that's the dick length versus life question. Now let's do another dick length one. 2 inches of length or 2 inches of height.
I would go length because I'm 6'2", so if I took that 2 inches off my height, I'd still be 6 foot tall, which is above average, and I still have kind of like that tall man privilege. So I would.
Okay, right.
It all depends on how tall you are.
Right. No, we're not taking anything away from you. By the way, we're only giving this to you. You get to stay 6'2".
I stay 6'2". I would take the 2 inches on my thing.
Right.
I think again, it depends on how tall you are. I think if you're like 5'2", you'd probably be like, five, or if you were like 5'8", or like if you were 5'4".
I'm 5'8", by the way.
Yeah, you're 5'8". You probably want two extra inches
of height.
Yeah, height. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so it's like, okay, you're 5'8", and you have a 6 3/4 inch dick. You're 5'8", you got a 6 3/4 inch dick, right? And 2 inches height, man, all day. 2 inches height, all day. 2 inches height, all day, bro. What are you talking about?
I think it all depends on that. Like, if you're 5'8", but you have a micro penis, I'd probably say I'll take the extra. Growth on my schlong.
Right. Okay. So you're like I said, if you're 5'8" with a 4 inch penis and you get 2 inches, you got a 6 inch penis. You're 5'8". You're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to rock and roll. All you gotta do is get a Corvette. You're ready to rock.
Exactly.
That's all you gotta do. What if you got hair? If you got hair, you got a 6-inch penis. You're 5'8". You got hair, a job, and a house. You're fine, bro. You're fine. People don't understand. Black Tyrone splaining over here with the gray hair and the beard. Ugh. I have not been reading any of these comments, not at all.
They got a little conversation about fluoridation in the water.
Did they really? Where are we at here? Cooking frittatas.
Michael says though, he says it is a tough question. He says length because he's already tall. Yeah, but no. Yeah, your brother and Christopher Haas they're talking about. Michael was talking about fluoride.
Okay.
And Christopher Haas says fluoridation is the most monstrously conceived and dangerous communist plot we have ever had to face. And he attributes this to General Jack D. Ripper.
Okay, that's not like Jack the Ripper, right?
I think it's a reference to Jack the
Ripper. Okay. Yeah, this is he's just kidding, I think. It seems like. Right?
No, dude. Alex Jones is on record saying, they're saying treating water with fluoride is, attributing to gay frogs.
Is this real?
You didn't see the Alex Jones rant?
Alex, okay. Is this new?
It's been around. I think that rant is a couple years old, but it's hilarious. It's like, oh, gay frogs, fluoride in the water, starting a frog scare. We're gonna have freaking gay frogs. Oh, Christopher Haas says Doctor Strangelove reference. That makes sense.
Okay, so there's right. Okay, I've never seen that. That's is that Stanley Kubrick?
Yes.
Yeah, and is Doctor Zhivago also Stanley Kubrick?
I don't know.
Can somebody check that?
I know Spartacus is.
Yeah, I like Kubrick. He's not my favorite director, but he's definitely one of my favorites. Okay, so
Some interesting films,
right, he's got the what's the one where
David
it's
Lean is Dr. Zhivago.
David Lane. Okay, cool. Fluoridation. I went for a walk yesterday, a 4-miler around the lake by my house, and yeah, I've been trying to get out, man. I've been getting out less and less lately, but I did 8 miles last week. So, anyways, fuck, dude, I was doing 36 and shit before. Remember, a couple months ago, I was doing 37 miles and
pretty hard.
Yeah, dude, it was a lot. So what is the thing I'm trying to say? There was frog bodies all over the trail, frog carcasses everywhere.
Oh, no.
You know what happened? It was been raining, and then all the frogs were like, "It's too wet here. I just need moist. I don't need water. I'm an amphibian, but damn." And then the water just goes. It's like the trails are crowned where I live. The trail's crowned, right? So then all the water runs off, and I guess the frogs I think they're kind of I think they drown maybe. I think they might even drown in the flood, and their bodies just get washed up, and then the sun comes out really quick because the runoff is fast. So there's frog carcass. So you're walking, and you're like, shit, there's a frog. 10 more feet. Oh, another frog, dude. I'm seeing frog. There was a time in where I live. I don't know what the sea level's like. I can't explain it, but I went into this one person's cul-de-sac. And for whatever reason, there was 50, 60 frogs, and you were like, oh god, you're just blah, 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 just running them over, and you're just like, oh god, I hate this cul-de-sac. It's a kill-de-sac, is what it is.
Wow. When I lived in San Diego, whenever it would rain, it would bring out the snails.
Snails?
You'd get tons of snails, with the shells, they're very prevalent, and when it rains, they just come out.
Escargot. Have you ever? Okay, I don't wanna miss these references here. Okay, so are you familiar with the story about the guy who was trying to impress some girl? So then he got snails and he tried to cook them, and then he was a French dude, but I think he was pretending to be French or some shit. So he pretends to be French. He's got this whole on the trois, quatre, cinq, sept, huit. He just counts to 10 really fast in French, and this girl's oh my god, you're so awesome. I'm gonna make you escargot. So then he gets snails and he cooks them, But he doesn't cook them like correctly. There's a specific way to do it. It's like fucking making like a Japanese blowfish or some shit. If you don't do it right, you're dead, right? So
Oh
they
shit.
eat these snails, and they get a brain parasite, and it kills them. Eats their brains.
That's fucking funny.
It's terrible, right? It's a
That's
story. I don't know if
hilarious.
it's true or not, but I definitely heard it before. I didn't make it up just then either. You know I didn't make it up.
That's great.
Speak rude, crude, samurai slugs.
I love. Oh man, I love seeing barrels like that. I guess that's one thing I hate. Like right now with the quarantine and everything is we're not getting enough random crappy news articles by these clickbait websites that say like person falls to their death taking a selfie at the Grand Canyon.
Oh God.
Like that shit always makes me smile. Always just makes me laugh.
It's the Darwin Awards, right?
Yeah, like someone takes a selfie on a bridge and they fall off and get hit by a train or something like that.
Ooh.
It's
These fuckers.
priceless.
Did you see these four effing kids that were on a bridge and they were throwing rocks off the bridge, and one of the rocks went into like the passenger window,
Oh shit, dude.
and it killed a dude who was getting a ride from another guy that I think he worked with.
Oh man.
He was like,
That's just fucked up because that's not like you're an idiot and you died because you're an idiot. It's like you died because these fucking dumb fuck kids.
yeah, it was like a 15. It was like it was two 15-year-olds and like two 17-year-olds. And
Yeah.
this, you know how big the rock was that killed him?
How big was it?
6 pounds.
Oh Jesus, fucking retards.
Did you
Oh
know
my
how big
God.
the biggest there was rocks littered along the highway? They were doing it from an overpass. There was over 20, or I think there was more. I believe there was more than 20 rocks, and the heaviest one was 22 pounds.
Oh
What the fuck were they thinking? See, those kids are up for second-degree murder.
yeah.
They said you cannot know that is not gonna potentially kill someone. You're doing some shit that's gonna kill somebody.
Yeah.
You can't not know that that's
Yeah,
not gonna
it's one thing if you just spit off the bridge onto the freeway, but it's another thing if you're like
dropping
tossing
rocks.
debris. Yeah, that's horrible.
Did you deer? You heard the story that deer will like be on one overpass. They'll be like an overpass, like a highway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there'll be like a deer that's like kind of veered off towards like the kind of the center of the road, and
Yeah.
then they'll run away from the car. Sometimes they run, sometimes they just freeze. They'll run away from the car, but they'll jump over the side, and then they'll fall to their death on the highway. And sometimes they fall into their death on the highway, but hit a car that's driving underneath on the road beneath, and then that has killed another person.
Yeah, that's deer. Like they do the dumbest stuff. There's this surveillance camera video of like it's a I forget where it was, and I think this is about a year old. It was this beauty salon, and I think it was either a beauty salon or like a doctor. I think it was a beauty salon, and this fucking deer just jumps right through the front window. And the women are like, "Oh my god!" And the deer's just freaking out, and it's swimming all over the place, and it can't get out. And this guy's like chasing it, and finally, instead of like going through the window that it had broken, it just jumps through another window.
Fucking busters. Fucking
Yeah,
busters.
man.
I'm gonna kill some deer. Oh, dude. I'm gonna kill some deer in the next couple of years. I promise you. I promise you.
This good taste in meat, man. I haven't had
I hadn't had any since like
venison steak in a while.
yeah, it was before 2012 was the last time I had some. Well, no, you know why? I have jerky, but like I went to
Venison jerky, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they have the jerky like that. If you go to like a vitamin shop or like Whole Foods, you get venison jerky. But I've had ostrich. I've had venison. I'm trying to think of like gamey stuff. I obviously I eat a lot of goat. But I'm
Have
also
you had bear?
I haven't. I don't
Bear
think I've
bear's a
had
good
bear.
bear's a good meat.
I've had alligator, shark. I've had shark quite a few
Rogan
times.
keeps talking about elk. One of these days, I'm gonna get myself some
You never had
elk.
elk? You can get some elk.
No, I've never had elk.
Yeah, you can get elk. Well, you can get some elk jerky. I mean, if you like, that's the easiest way to get some of this meat is like just to get the jerky. Rabbit. You ever have rabbit
Oh
before?
yeah, I've had rabbit and squirrel. We used to go when I was a kid in Michigan. My white grandpa used to take us like we'd go rabbit hunting and squirrel hunting all the time. Shoot a bunch of squirrel and cook them up in the frying pan.
What do you shoot the squirrel with?
We used a 22. He wouldn't let us use a shotgun
Because
because
yeah,
he said you get too many
pellets.
pellets, pellets in it, and also he said anyone could shoot anything with a shotgun because it's spray. So he was all about making sure that we were good shots. So what he would do is he would take us out target practice, shoot, target practice. He would just get like something like this size, like this cap here,
Yeah,
maybe even smaller, like a little block, a little. What he'd do is he'd cut up little blocks of wood that were like 1 by 1, and he'd paint them white, and then he'd have us shoot those. He's like, if you can shoot this, you can shoot a squirrel.
that's good. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and it was also like he would also do stuff like sometimes when we go, he would only let us take the single shot. So he'd be like, you got one shot.
Wow. Yeah, that's good for the pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're gonna like get so like oh I'm gonna mess up and all that. What do they call that? Like the trigger
Well,
anxiety. It's something like that.
yeah. You jerk instead of squeeze. So that's something very common for you know, um, especially with young kids. I remember as a kid, my grandpa would be like, "You got to squeeze it, Jacob. You got to squeeze it. You're jerking it. You're anticipating." He's like, "It's not going to kick. It's not that loud." But
No,
you
no,
do
not a
that
22 rifle. No.
yeah, when you're little, um, But I remember, and he was a dad. He was a dad. I remember some of the old timers at his hunting cabin. They were so good. Like there's this one guy, he could shoot. He could like from like 50 yards away with a 22. He'd put a match on top of on like a bench. He could shoot the tip of the match off. And then one time he literally he shot it, and he was able to strike the match on fire
That's
with
some
the shot.
that's some marksmanship right there.
That's fucking dead eye dick right there, man.
Do you Huh. So I'm talking. I'm getting into this marksman stuff, and the reason why is
Are you a future black gun owner? Black gun ownership is really on the
oh,
rise.
I'm gonna get a gun. I'm gonna get a gun.
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what I'm looking for because I've wanted a gun
You want to go like
since
black powder musket?
I you know what? That's like an antique weapon, right? That's what it is.
Yeah,
No,
musket. I
no,
mean,
you're
that's what
right,
powder.
right. Because yeah. I was gonna say ancient, but I was like, that doesn't sound right to say ancient. It's like an antique weapon. So like,
Yeah.
I'd rather have if we're talking about something that old. I'm looking more for like a saber or like a cutlass or something like a sword that somebody may have used. Like like a Royal Navy sword. That's like I wouldn't mind having that. I knew a dude who had a katana blade that he got during World War II.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, oh man, I'd fucking like to have that in my house on the wall. Chill. But I wanted to get like a like who doesn't want to get like a standard issue Glock, or I'd actually just like to get like a a six shot like revolver, just like a normal,
A wheel gun. Yeah,
yeah,
man.
like a 380,
Get yourself a snub nose.
snub nose revolver
Yeah, get yourself a snub nose 45,
for
man.
my boot. Put it in my
Yeah,
boot. Um,
yeah. I'm thinking, but hear me out here. Here's a proposal for you.
mhm.
Maybe you could totally. I don't know, just throw this out there. Throw it back if you don't like it.
Okay, sure.
But maybe you could like rebrand or make a different YouTube page where it's like the black gun owner or like the black gunsmith, and you do YouTube videos of you're like, hey, how's it going? How's it going, black gun owners? How you doing? And like you do stuff like you talk about like reloading, so like you're making your own bullets and you're going through that process.
Oh,
But because like there's a lot of I've been on this binge lately of watching a lot of um, like lumbering videos, like a lot of
okay.
videos of like splitting firewood,
Dude, I want to do that.
billing wood and stuff. But it's not. It's like splitting like process splitting firewood. So it's like these guys, these guys, they got like a lot of land, and they split like bulk firewood because they're selling it. So they have like hydraulic machines
Yep.
that do
Mm-hmm.
the process. But it's like it's all like kind of like redneck white guys, and like they have like country music playing in the background. But you could do it different. You could be like your black gun on your YouTube channel, and you have like kicking beats.
Sure, we're listening to like hip hop and shit.
Yeah, like hoopy. And I'm probably not saying it well because I'm not a connoisseur of hip hop. But you could really tailor your YouTube channel to like the black experience and gun ownership.
I would love to do something like that. I don't know if I'd be doing it on YouTube. That's where I'd like make the video. You know what you do? You should put the videos on BitChute, and then the BitChute videos are shared on Gab. I've not fucked with Gab in forever. So let me circle. Okay, the reason why I like there's something about the age that I'm at and the idea of picking up a new skill, and the skill is like marksmanship. There's something like where it's a I played golf actually right out of college. And when I was younger, I would always go hit golf balls. There's these certain types of activities where it's like I'm not going to be doing a lot more sports right now. Like, I'm gonna go for a run. Maybe I'll do some stretching. I'm gonna lift some weights. I'm not gonna start playing pickup basketball. It's over for me, bro. I'll play with some stand up comics or some shit. You know what I mean? I'll play with some
Yeah,
middle schoolers if I'm teaching them, but not. I can't twist a fucking ankle. I almost twisted my ankle walking. What the fuck is going on here? So
I know, dude.
I got so scared. I was like, if I fucking twist my ankle, I'm gonna goddamn cry because it's gonna take
Or
2 weeks
I
before.
think it's one of those things where you have. I think at our age, like I would love to get back on a wrestling mat, but it's like I really would have to get to like really really good shape before I even tried that because I would just fuck something up.
Something's gonna pop
Yeah,
or
something's my
pull.
back's just gonna fucking go out. I'm gonna fucking kill my knee. So I think it's one of those things as we get older. It's kind of like if you're not in like really really good shape, you probably want to maybe just be like, I'm just gonna go on walks and jog and not go that like extreme route. And I think part of it is like mentally, like myself, mentally, I was a very competitive wrestler. I was in the Marine Corps. I've got memories of really pushing myself to the limits. Mentally, it's like, well, yeah, I used to be able to do that, but like physically, my big fat ass is like, wow. And I'm really glad because I recognize that I'm not doing fucking stupid, but at the same time, it's like I gotta stay somewhat active and get into better shape. But it's like telling yourself, okay, you don't want to go way off the hinges and really fuck yourself up.
Right, like I contemplated doing you want to do the Bigfoot 200 like Cam Hanes or David Goggins? Do you can do you, like I am not gonna run a 200 miler. I'm not.
Ultra marathoning? Oh my god.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But I like because I tell you why because I ran a half marathon 2 3 months ago, right?
Yeah.
I've ran a fucking half marathon and I run it 10 minutes slower than my best marathon, my best half marathon. It was 10 minutes slower and I did it by myself with some training. So I know that a fucking marathon is just a lot, man. It's a lot. It's like if you really want to run a good marathon, fuck, dude. I mean, it's a full year. It's a full year commitment.
Yeah, no, it totally is.
It really, really is. So that's why I'm saying like we cleaned out the garage. My brother really did all the work. He cleaned this fucking garage at my parents' house. It's like oh, it's not even the same place anymore. It's a new
So you're
place.
parking cars in it now?
No, we got the weight rack up in there, man. We got a bench. We got a weight bench in there. We got
Okay.
plates. We got weights. We got hundreds of pounds of weights. And
Wow,
then,
it sounds like you have a joking dojo.
dude, well, you know what? I have too much reverence. I have too much reverence for my God, what do you call it? Oh, I forgot the name of it. I was trying to use the Korean word. Um, anyways, we got a dartboard, so we might just buy some nice darts, from like
Oh, darts is fun.
like
Yeah,
a
darts is a fun. That's a fun. I'm getting older game, and I don't want to hurt myself.
very popular in England.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the professional dart games? And if you
No,
or just go on YouTube, man, dude, they go nuts. They have like a commentator and the whole 9 yards. It's like
they
for
play.
darts, just for two guys throwing darts, and people are going nuts. And they have like a guy with like who's like calling the shots and like everybody's like he's like they have like a Michael Buffer kind of guy that's like hyping up the crowd. Everyone's getting drunk and these guys are throwing darts.
It sounds fun as shit. God, so that's the start, right? Darts. I'd really like to do some axe throwing, but if you're talking about
Axe
splitting
throwing is
wood, I'd
fun.
love to chop wood, man. I'd love to like chop wood, split wood, throw axe, do the
Yeah, man.
darts. That's why the gun's interesting. But really, I do want to do the Rogan bow and arrow, man. I want to do the bow and arrow. I want to go out there. I want to hunt maybe like, I mean, this is the thing. I'd like to just hunt some wild boar to get started, or some like whitetail. Just keep it simple. I could kill the deer. I could throw it over my shoulders. I could really probably bring it back in on my own. I don't need to kill like a fucking 400-pound elk, dude. It's gonna be like, I don't want to be backcountry for 3 days. I kind of want to be in and out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I want to do it, and I want to kill it, and like if you got a what is it? It's what's it called? It's called an ibex. So if you get like an ibex is between
Those are
six.
like those are like the deer out in like
They have them in
Africa.
Hawaii, I
Those
think.
wild deer. Oh, okay, yeah.
I think they have them in a couple places, but I think they were always from another place. They're not native to the United States. So like you get an ibex, and it's like they go from 60 to 260 pounds. So let's say you take
Wow.
down a 120-pound ibex, right? You could throw that on your shoulders, and you could bring that back in, you know. And then I want the skin, I want the meat, and I want the skull. I want you to bleach the skull for me. I want you to ship all that shit to me. And then yep. And then every year maybe that's a 120-pound ibex. I don't know. I think it's like 60% of that you can actually eat, or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't.
you're gonna get a lot of meat from a hundred
Mm-hmm.
from a deer that's 100 pounds.
Yeah, can I get the cartilage? Can you give me the cartilage somehow? Can we dehydrate it, then boil it, then turn it into some sort of collagen that I can can I do like I want all that.
Yeah,
Imagine if you
no,
had.
I mean, definitely. My grandpa, he was always big on like when he killed his deer. He didn't do the stuff with the cartilage, but he would always when he had a butcher that he knew. And he'd kill a deer, and he would do the whole. He would skin it. He would skin it up, but he didn't really do the butchering. He just skinned it up and he took it to a butcher, and he was all like he would have the butcher cut up the tenderloins, cut up the roasts and stuff like
Yep,
that.
yep.
He would strip it up, but a lot of the trimmings and stuff, he would always have him ground it up. Had a lot of ground venison.
That's
You
awesome.
want to, yeah, you want to. I mean, you kill an animal, especially the size of like a deer. Once you get to like deer or even wild boar and above, when you get them butchered up, then the best thing to do is you gotta take it to a butcher and just tell them, hey, I want tenderloins and this and that, da 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 da. I want some stuff cut up into steaks, and I want other portions left out as a roast. And then you gotta get the ground up meat as well.
Imagine you're making like you get that
But
ground
yeah,
up.
I
You
mean,
got
yeah,
meatballs. You got
with the boning stuff,
sausage.
yeah, you could definitely. I would definitely, just tell them like, bone it out and then save that stuff. Ship it to me, or I'll pick it up, and because I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna, dehydrate this stuff and get my own, collagen, or make my own broth. from for the spinal cord, or if you want to use as collagen.
Yeah, I want to do the okay, so that's yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that's what the arrow is. That's what the shooting is. Just the shooting's just fun. Maybe like two tournaments, self protection,
Yeah.
paintball, just feeling manly. Then we got.
Are you gonna okay? So are you gonna be a tree stand bow guy, or are you only gonna shoot bow from the ground?
I think the ground, man. I'm not a good climber.
Okay.
I'm not a good climber. Yeah, but the reason why it's like I'm gonna be walking, right? I'm getting older. I'm gonna be doing more walking, some jogging. So let's say I get into hiking. Well, if I'm gonna be hiking, then I can do some hunting. If I'm gonna be out throwing axes and shooting bow and arrow and shooting guns, then I should hunt, man. And I shouldn't eat. This is and I say I should and shouldn't. This is not. This is how I feel. You don't have to feel this way. But from an ethical standpoint, if I don't support factory farming, really, then, and I want to eat meat, I should eat what I kill. And that's where I'd like to be ultimately. So what I did today was I saw my godfather and my mother and I, they're moving. So they're from like Trinidad, my godmother. My mom and my godmother and all of my mom's family, they garden, but they garden like for real. So we got a sage plant, we got a oregano plant, we got two strawberry bushes. We're putting this in the back of a van earlier today.
Nice.
Strawberry bushes. I cannot wait. I'm gonna try to play with them strawberry bushes. And I got three fishing rods. I got three fishing rods from my godfather. So I'm gonna go fishing. That's how I'm getting myself into this stuff. Because I'm not gonna be able to hunt right away, But I can go fishing for a while, and then I'll be like, okay, let me go buy a used bow and arrow from like a store that sells bow and arrows for real. Let me buy a used one. You guys have classes? You guys have lessons? Because I went to get my CPR training certificate, right?
Yeah.
It was at an armory. So I was like talking to them a little bit, and I know I look like some type of way. So I was like, yeah, they were like, you should probably take the introductory class here, and then once you pass that, then think about buying one of the guns. We'll teach you how to shoot 11 different types of guns, and then you could buy one from here, and then after that, then you take the concealed carry course because you live in Virginia. So they're like, why would you not take concealed carry? So I was like, sure, man. And I was and like, sure, you could do all this stuff in like a month. In like a month, you could have like,
Oh yeah, dude.
yeah, you can. I mean, you do that one course in like I don't even know a day, and then that other thing you do in like a month.
Tim, I've got this great idea in my head. Oh my god, I was so fucking bored yesterday. I discovered this this YouTube station called what is it? A channel? I don't know.
Yeah, channel.
Channel. It's a YouTube channel. It's about this hippy dippy couple that moved from Florida to Texas, and they buy some land in Texas. It's a decent amount of acres. There's an old barn there. They got like a pond, and they essentially want to go off the grid, and they make a container house.
Okay, cool. That sounds awesome.
But it's really comical because like they don't have like the husband has zero. I don't even know if they're wed. I'm not sure. They're very hippy dippy, so they may be in just kind of like a life partner relationship. Who knows? But like the man has zero experience doing construction work and building.
Really?
And I'm like, huh. But yeah, you're talking about gun ownership and this and that, and I was like, dude, what you should do is like start a channel, Black Off the Grid.
Black Off the Grid.
Yeah, I'm thinking Black Off the Grid. You gotta find yourself a woke queen.
A woke queen, Nubian
and
or
you just call her your queen, and she calls you her black king. You're like my black queen. She's not black. You're.
Does she? What if she's not black? If she's white, what if she's
No,
white and then I just call her black?
Ooh, that would be interesting.
She's light skinned. I'm just like she's light skinned. We're all just all white women are just black women who are light skinned.
And you're back off the grid, and you're just doing stuff like
That's
you're
terrible.
hunting, but you're also like
It's terrible.
working on your chakras,
Mm-hmm.
and like you get her pregnant, and like you're like talking about the whole process, how it's gonna be like an underwater birth, and you've got like a little, you've got like a natural pond with koi fish in there, and she's gonna give birth to your child and this pool, but you're not like you're like okay, you got like but you're like all this like I was looking at the comments and people are asking about the child sex and we're black off the grid. We don't go to traditional Western medicine. We're not we're not gonna do like a what's the thing
A gender
yeah,
reveal.
yeah, like because they no, we're going to allow them to naturally discover the gender themselves. I've done a lot of research and we figured out black off the grid ways for children to if your child is birthed with a penis to like take hormone supplements based off of the roots of these native indigenous plants and just I mean it could be like God that sounds you should do
It
you
sounds
should
like a
go that route,
sketch.
man.
It sounds like a sketch.
No, but you gotta really sell it. So you just go black off the grid, and then you get sponsorship from all these like 50-50 stuff, as well as you're a home builder, so you get sponsorship
I
from
would like that,
walking
like tiny homes type
Wikipedia.
stuff.
Yeah.
Tiny
But
home, off the grid, like building off the grid. Patagonia wants to sponsor you. Some North
definitely,
Face.
definitely. But you also have
Carhartt,
it,
yeah.
with Rockaware as well.
I should do some like stuff with yeah, like LR lifted research group. Yeah, that would work. So
Oh, that would be so funny.
my mom said I should be. My mom's told me multiple times. She said she thought that I would be a good ranger. I used to tell this to
Oh, yeah.
one of my old girlfriends. I used to say, yeah, I'd like to be a forest ranger. I'd say that, and they'd be like, I don't know about you being a forest ranger. And I was like, I feel like that. And I did a personality test not too long ago, and it said forest ranger was in there. It was weird, right? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, we need more black representation in the national forest. The national parks. They need more. They need more. Like it'd be pretty cool seeing like a ranger with dreads
Yeah.
and the smoky hat, uniformed up, and being like, hey, you're gonna see some bison out here, but they're wild. Don't get too close.
You're gonna see M Bison.
Give them knuckles. Yeah, and bison. Tiger uppercut.
The God, what was this thing I was gonna say? Your beard's looking good.
Yeah, dude. I haven't. I mean, I haven't
How
really
long
had
have you? When was the last time you trimmed it at all?
probably. I think I may have. I think I probably. I think I probably trimmed it. Oh, I want to say possibly like May.
Really?
It's been a while. Yeah,
Okay, but that's 2 months ago.
yeah. It's been a while. I've never had it grown out this long. I definitely.
Are you
I
gonna
mean,
Are you
I
gonna
I've
just
been.
keep going?
Yeah, I mean, I probably should trim the sides because the sides are really kind of like I noticed if I put my ponytail up, and I'll be like, wow, my sides are really out there.
So have
Um,
you? Have you been to Beard It?
beard it.
Beard It is um, the bearded underbelly of Reddit. So it's like it's the hairy chin of the internet. It's so like you might be interesting to see you to the sides. You brush the sides up and
Oh,
out.
what if I go like yeah, I could do
Yeah, you brush them up and out. I don't know. You seem like you got a lot of curl in your beard.
yeah, I've been doing. I was thinking. I think I might buy a straightener, like a beard straightener iron.
Yeah, there's like a. Is it like what do they do exactly? Is it like a texturizer?
No.
It
So
like
like
softens it, right?
do you know what a hair straightener is?
Yeah, I guess
It's like
so.
the iron where you just kind of go
Right.
and
Yeah,
it'll straighten your
they have that for
hair.
beards.
Yeah, you can get smaller ones for beards. I should probably get one of those to kind of straighten it out. I've been really lazy with brushing it. Like I'll brush it, but I don't put a lot of. I haven't been doing a good job of putting hair balm in because I'm just I'm at home and I'm like whatever. If I got a messed up beard here, I don't really care. but the one thing is like my brush that I have, it's gotten so I used to put a lot of beard balm in, and so it's got a lot of that oil built up in the brush. So it's like when I do brush it, I'm getting good, good product into it. But I'm gonna trim it. And my unibrows are getting a little crazy. My eyebrows are really like,
I don't notice anything wrong with it.
oh man, my brows are getting long. Like I'm like if I let them grow for, if I don't trim my brows for like a year, I'm gonna like get that like old British guy look. Where
Oh,
my eyebrows are
cool.
just,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, I'm
Do you
like,
when you trim your eyebrows, you look whenever I trim my eyebrows, I always feel like it makes me look much younger.
yeah,
I think it does. I think it does. I have a unibrow, dude. I really do. I think you knew that, right? Did you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, I legit have a unibrow. You can almost tell that I have one, and then I just trim it. Some people don't. Some people don't seem like they have a unibrow, but they do. But I
Yes,
seem like I have a unibrow, and I take care of it. That's how I
yeah,
seem. Um,
yeah. Because you have, I can tell you trim it, and it's like if you didn't, it would be very.
it would be very.
You would look like remember that Simpsons character, the baby with one eyebrow.
Yeah, I'd look like that one guy, Anthony Davis, in the NBA. I think is his name.
Yeah,
Yeah, I might let it go. I might let it
tiny,
go. If I get a job at the
tiny.
school for the blind, I'll just let it grow.
Yeah, dude, totally. The Tiny Zeus Lister, when he was Zeus in WWF, he had a unibrow.
Yeah. If I was rich, I mean, if I was like totally wealthy, if I was just wealthy, I would just let it grow. Who gives a fuck? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? If you got $3 million in the bank, that's my assertion. If I have $3 million in the bank, I'm getting unibrow straight. I'm
Yeah,
just
like
gonna,
look at David Letterman, dude. He's full on like his beard is just like he's like freaking Methuselah.
oh really? So
Have you seen him with his? Yeah, he just got this. He's just like once he stopped doing that late, and he's been done with that late night show for probably close to almost 5 years now, I believe.
okay, so we can grow. So it says like it takes like 6 to 7 years for your beard to get to its terminal length, and
Yeah,
like whatever that length is, that's as long as it can possibly ever grow. Um, so like he's probably almost approaching that then.
he's
Uh,
got it.
dude, I
My
haven't cut mine since
my
December.
brother's got it.
This is December. This is December 5th. So this is like full growth. So like in
Okay.
here, yeah.
Yeah, this is.
There's
I
length
think a
to it.
lot of men. I think a lot. I would think the prevalence of bearded men is probably really up right now.
Yeah. This is the other part that's like kind of interesting. This part right here. Yeah. Anyway, I don't cut that. I haven't cut this since December. So it's like, wow, my mom hates this. I was like, it's got.
Oh, dude, get some wax and start doing do the zigzag man.
I want to do the Dali where it goes up like devils.
Yeah, Salvador Dali.
Yeah, yeah, I want to do that. It's so this is it's a fun fact. I'm driving with my mom today. We're driving from Maryland, and you know, like when you go over the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, it goes Maryland, and then when you're in the direct center of the bridge, then you're not in Maryland. You're actually in D.C. Like D.C. is the line. Like
Yeah,
the line goes to D.C. or something like that, right? Or like
yeah,
what? That's how it works. Or the river belongs to the city. Some shit. That's what they say. And then you go into Maryland, Virginia, right? So we are in Maryland, and she's bitching about the drivers. Then we get into DC for like 10 seconds, obviously, because it's just a fucking map line. And then we get into Virginia, and somebody cuts my mom off like an asshole, right? And
yeah.
she goes, "God damn it! Why are they doing that? We're in Virginia now." And I was like, "But they're from Maryland, right?" So then she goes, I just don't understand why when I go from some places like she's like, if I go from Virginia to Maryland or Virginia to DC, people's behaviors just immediately gets shittier and more sketchy and ghetto. This is what my mom said, right?
Uh
And, she,
huh.
and I was like, yeah, it's like if you're in Connecticut and then you go to New York, you're like, fuck, right? But if you're in New York and you go to Connecticut, you're like, it's nice here, So
Yeah.
yeah, so then I was like, she's like, I just don't understand how it can change so dramatically. And I was like, think about it like this. I'm not a good example because I have like dreadlocks and like all sorts of different things going on, but it's like, you can have like nice baby hair on your head here, and then you go down a couple inches and it's just straight up okay, check it out. You have hair on your stomach. You have body hair on your stomach. Body hair is one thing, but then you go down a little bit, and then it goes straight pubes. And
Yeah.
that's the difference between being like, she's like, I don't understand how it can get so different so quick. And I was like, look at your body hair. Your body hair is an exact example. It's like
Yeah.
if your body was a city, you'd be like, once you get to the pubes, once you get to the beard, you're like, oh, I don't like the looks of this area. You know, that's the whole thing. That was my concept. I
Oh,
thought
that's
of.
funny. One thing you're talking about that whole like going from Maryland to DC to Virginia in like in the span of like less than 5 minutes. What I always hated was your GPS would say, "Now you're leaving Virginia. Welcome to DC." And like literally 2 seconds later, "Welcome to Maryland." And it's like Google. It's just like we're in the DMV. Everyone, it's glaringly obvious. I used to hate that. It took forever for my to finally like. I don't know if it was like the algorithm or something. I think it finally eventually kind of like gets to the fact that like, okay, this person is always driving around here. We don't need to alert them that they're calling it
Yeah,
from Washington D.C. etc. That was always so just like, oh,
I don't need to know where I am all the time, sort of, in a
because
way.
it feels like what it is. And to me, in the DMV, it feels like you're just going into a different county.
That's fair. That's a really good point.
I mean, obviously, there's huge differences with regards to like laws, etc. But just the experience itself, it just feels like I'm like myself. It feels like I'm, like driving from Maryland, like literally driving from where I lived in Montgomery County in Silver Spring, Maryland, Virginia. It was, it's just, it was like driving from, okay, now I'm in San Diego County and I'm going from San Diego County in the north through Orange County to get to LA. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, totally. I totally see that.
It's that experience. So, did you see that there was a mass shooting in Southeast
Oh
the other
no.
day? There was I guess there's a huge party. I think 20 people got shot. I don't know what the number of people that got killed is. But
God damn it.
it was just this huge block party that got like way there was something like over a couple hundred people that were there.
Jesus Christ. That if they didn't get shot, they were gonna get sick anyway.
Yeah, man.
What the hell? Okay, that's like, God. I know that
And
something bad happened in Chicago yesterday. I did hear about that.
yeah, and the cops knew about it and whatnot, but I think I think they felt like it could have gotten worse if they tried to break it up.
Right. Okay. Okay. I understand that. Yeah, the cops got to be super careful now because they're under a lot of scrutiny. I've been watching these videos
Oh yeah.
on YouTube. Have you seen like these? We've been watching these things called Audit the Auditor. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Audit the Auditor is really fun to watch because what happens is there'll be somebody who's an actual legal expert with the laws in like whatever county or place that there is, and they'll go into a situation and then um, they'll interact with an authority of some sort, whether it's usually it's a law enforcement agent or something. And the law enforcement agent will try to impose themselves upon this person and try to like detain them, arrest them, whatever have you. So the auditor then uh, surprises them by knowing all the law inside and out, statute codes, everything, and they basically use verbal judo, and it's very fun to watch. These people try to lie, so they'll be like, freeze frame. Right now, this law enforcement agent is breaking the law in the state of New Mexico. This is actually illegal, and for a police officer to do this, no, the auditor knows this. So continue forward, right? And then they'll be like, no, you get out of the car. You got to get out of the car. I'm telling you, that's the law. And they'll be like, you do not have to get out of the car. He doesn't get out of the car. Do you see how this lawyer does the right thing? I give him an A+ for knowledge and cool under pressure. That's called so that's one. That's called Audit the Auditor. Then there's
Okay.
another show where they have like police officers and like gun owners, and they just they have the video of the whole incident, and they say, "All right, this person did this right. This is how I would do it." This is like they were like, if you had the opportunity to, if they were like, if I was in that situation, I would have used my OC spray because it comes in 4
Yeah.
different flavors.
Bust out the pepper spray.
I would have hit him with the strawberry mist and kept it moving. But I'm just like, yeah, these are fun to watch. Or the Karen videos. Watched so many Karen videos yesterday with my brother.
Oh, I like. Do you ever watch the Sovereign Citizen videos?
No, what's that?
Oh, dude, there's this concept. It's called Sovereign Citizen, and it's like they pull it up, Jacob.
So they.
So these people they essentially say that they're autonomous. They're sovereign citizen movement is a loose grouping of American litigants, commentators, tax protesters, and financial scheme promoters. Um, they say that they believe they're immune from like the laws. Like yeah, okay. So self-described sovereign citizens see themselves as answerable only to their particular interpretations of the common law and as not subject to any government statutes or proceedings.
What? I gotta write this down.
Dude, it's so funny. There's videos of them getting like pulled over, and the cops like, "You got to step out," and they're like, "I'm a sovereign citizen," and they're like, "They're like, you have license identification, license insurance," and they're just like, "As a sovereign citizen, I do not have to provide you with anything like that. I follow common law and blah 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 blah." You know, and so the videos of like when they get arrested are hilarious because it usually ends up with like the cops like dragging them out of the car.
Wow.
But then they have just so there's the arrest videos of sovereign citizens, very funny, but also the court hearings with the sovereign citizens. Again, hilarious.
Because they're just making shit up, right? So I don't have to. I'm not subject to this. That's like Wesley Snipes getting busted for tax evasion.
Yeah, it's just they're just like Monday morning quarterbacking the law, and they're like, well, no, based off of this, and the judge is like, the judge is like, that's a false argument. That doesn't apply here. Da, 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 da. And they're like, no, I'm sovereign citizen. And they're just like, look, dude, they're like, and it's funny because like they'll have videos of them arguing at like their not their set before they even go on trial or
Arraignment.
anything. Yeah, their arraignment, and they'll like make all these arguments, and the judge is like, "You're here for an arraignment. I'm setting up your bail. Do you really want to have this argument right now?
Wow.
Do you understand that?" And they're like, "I understand that this is complete, like this is nonsense.
This is a farce."
And they're like, and the judge will be like, "Look, I'm going to hold you in contempt. I really don't want. It's all. I find it fascinating when you see the judge that's just like really like I'm going to hold you in contempt. I'm letting you know. I'm going to speak really slowly and let you know. You're pretty much under contempt. Son, this is your last. This is it. If you don't just be quiet and let me go through this proceeding and arraignment, I'm going to hold you under contempt, and that's an extra X amount of days that you're going to spend locked up, and a fine of X amount of dollars." He's like, so maybe you just want to be quiet.
Maybe.
And they're just like, well, as a sovereign, so that's it. You're in contempt.
You're done for. God, where's this?
You're done for.
God, I had this. Man, I had this.
They're hilarious.
I left it upstairs, man. I wrote a couple good jokes I wanted to share with you. They're upstairs, no big deal. Fuck, dude. What else have you been doing? Anything else? Like any hobbies? Anything popping? Oh, I did a live stream a couple days ago with Rudy Wilson. I don't know if you remember that guy.
Oh yeah. Did he move out of Florida, like to Miami or some shit like that?
Yeah, he lives in Miami area. And then there was a couple comics I knew on the live stream that was pretty chill. Like Candace August was on it. Yeah, and then some other people from around the country. Essentially, it was chill. I had a good time. Yeah. Quentin Hardy was on it. I don't know if you know him.
Okay, yeah, Quentin. Yeah. No,
yeah, he was on it too. Yeah, that was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. I did that. I got a show on the 28th coming up. So I'm getting geared up for that, and then yeah, like dude, I've been drawing a lot lately. I've been drawing a lot because I'm trying to sharpen up my skills if I can get back into this art classroom, or online even, so that I can have some stuff to show my kids if I start teaching again. So I've been drawing a lot of superhero like figures and stuff like that, like the heads and like I'm doing like human like superhero heads
Okay.
and doing yesterday I did kind of like a samurai with like the mask, and the helmet, and then I've been doing like a lot of eyeballs. So yesterday, like I did straight. I've been doing hands, eyeballs, samurai head, super, and then human head. Um, yeah, yeah. So I've been doing a lot of that. I started putting it. So yesterday I did like a guy and his eyeballs were shooting out of his head, and that was kind of cool. Yeah, and then some perspective stuff. So that's what I've been
Nice.
doing lately. I'll put some cool. I think I'm gonna start putting some of my drawings on Instagram because I don't use Instagram enough, and I need to like do stuff because I haven't been exercising a lot, and that's what I used to do. Like put pics of myself. Like, ugh, my Instagram's just selfies and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, I really kind of not posted as much stuff on there. I do occasionally. I do it more with like stories. Like I'll post like if I see something that's just funny, like I'll just post that as a story because I feel like my main Instagram time. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Like my main post. I
Right,
feel like that should be like original content um, or like promoting shows and
like
websites.
your wall, like
Yeah,
like the wall, like whatever.
I don't have many shows to really promote right now. So what I'm doing is like if I see funny stuff on like YouTube or TikTok or something, I'll share that on my story because I feel like just sharing random stuff that's not my original content and stories is okay because it's only out there for a day and it's just kind of like ah
Sure,
ha ha here's something fun.
no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, I think it's I personally you know as someone that's trying to like put together a brand and whatnot, I'm trying to focus on like if I'm gonna post stuff on my main feed of Instagram, it should be original content. So I think that's a good idea for putting on pictures and shit that you draw because that's original content. Joey Joey Belbach
I
just
just
sent
gave him
out
some
some
love. Yo, Joey,
yeah
dude, thank you for checking it out, man. We're just chilling here, dude. We're hanging out, talking, chatting, talking about drawings and stuff. So like, did you read comic books growing up?
oh yeah dude I was a huge I love comic books man
So like,
until I turned 13 and I found another hobby.
oh god, yeah. Fuck, dude. I'll tell you what. I wish I never found my brother's porno mags in his bedroom when he was like at soccer practice. Fuck that. Oh, dude, he had the worst stuff too. I was like, "What are you looking at? Fox keyhole? What is this shit here?" Um,
Fox up,
there's
Fox.
Fox.
Do you have a little high society?
I'm familiar with that. I did feel like that was a little bit more respectable. It was always
Yeah,
like too much when you'd see like a hustler. If all you ever looked at was a Playboy, you'd be like, "Good God, what is
so
this?" And it got way
I,
worse than that too, obviously.
I was in. So the unit that I was in the Marine Corps was Fox Battery, and
Okay.
there was a buddy of mine. He was this little. I think he was Vietnamese. Yeah, he was Vietnamese fan, and he had. And it's so funny because he got and out of all places, he got a tattoo of the Fox logo from the Fox porno mag, but with like the fucking helmet on its head, and it's smoking a cigarette. Do you remember that the Fox porno magazine? It had the
It's a,
logo
it,
of the
it's an
Fox.
yeah. It's like the Fox. Yeah, it reminded me of the Paula Abdul guy.
Yeah, yeah. But there was one where, like, when they did like salute service issues, they would put like a hard hat on it and he'd be smoking a cigarette. So fan, I'm not shitting you, she got that tattooed on his arm. And it was just like, and it was a real. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he got someone to prison style tattoo it when they were in Iraq during the initial invasion. I think if I'm not mistaken.
That is a bad tattoo.
Yeah.
um, Fuck, dude. Yeah. So
Joey, this is great. Joey says, I remember finding my dad's porno tapes, watching them, and then having to rewind them back to the original
you
spot.
had to do it. You had to.
Joey, did you use the VHS rewind? Did you use the standalone VHS rewinder, or did you rewind it in
The
the?
VCR itself.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that and you always felt bad like because if you would use the VCR too much, you knew you were really wearing down the fucking VCR. Like it was like it's
Yeah.
like not good to do that, but you had to, and you knew yeah. Okay, so I had a VCR TV combo, which was really bad too.
Oh yeah, dude, I had one of those when I was in Okinawa. I bought a VCR. I bought a used VCR TV
Those
combo.
were I liked it, man. And I had like a little it had these weird things in the back of it so you could like lift it up and move it around and stuff like that. It was like pretty portable. But yeah, you didn't want to fuck that up because that's like all you you know what I mean? Like if you fucked up the VCR and your VCR TV, then you're just a piece of shit, big ass stupid TV. And it was obviously these didn't exist. Um, these only existed before flat screens. After flat screen TVs came out, that became standard. You don't got no DV VCR combo guys. The
No.
DVD flat screens did exist though, and I think they still do.
Dude, I feel like DVD and Blu-rays are like obsolete now.
My brother doesn't even fucking buy books. He gets rid of books, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna get rid of books. I mean, I'm 8 years older. He's like 31. I'm 38, so I'm 7 years older than him. But I'm like, he's like, fuck a book, and I was like, no. There's like these. This means I'm cool. Like I have books. I've read a book. You don't have a book, bro?
You're learned.
Yeah, like that's like one of the coolest things about like when you walk into somebody's crib and you're like, let me see what these motherfuckers got on the shelf.
But then is it a facade? Is it just a collection of books that look smart?
I've gotten rid of so many of my books.
Did you really consume that knowledge? Or do you just have a collection of books because...
Let me look at my. I can see myself right down here. I've read at least. I've read more than half of all the books I own.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I got rid of a lot of books I've read too. So that's the other thing. There's way more books that you've read than are on your bookshelf, and I think people underestimate that. I would assume that like if you go to somebody's house and they only have like 15 books on their bookshelf, some motherfuckers would be like, "This motherfucker only read 15 books." You'd be like, "No. Is that what you think?" But that's what people think, because that's what I've thought. So like, if somebody has a bunch of books, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, this person reads all the time." But the truth is, Brian Callen, we shouldn't even use him as an example. It's always a bad example. He's bought books that he didn't read that he knows people think are smart books and just put them on his table. I bought books that I thought were really awesome and I'd like to read them, and then I'd never read them. I've done that many a time. What's Joey Bellbottom saying?
He says he's trying to go minimalist. He'd have to let go of a lot of books as well.
Oh, dude. Yeah, man. I've got a lot of books that I want to keep. It's like, I can't read unless I'm actually. When my life is going well, then I can read. Like, when things are going well, like, I can't read if I'm distracted with, like, bullshit in my life.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, because I'm like. That's when I end up dwelling on weird shit and, like, looking at stupid stuff online as a distraction. Like I'm reading when things are going well. That's really like where it comes from. We were talking about reading, porno, drawing. Oh yeah, no, okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I feel like I don't really like I read, but it's more like I'm reading stuff in the news online.
Right.
And I don't really like my book reading phase was really when I was in the Marine Corps. I think I was like about halfway through, and I just started reading tons of books. And I was a reader. I would go to on the weekends. I would go to Barnes and Nobles and just go into like the current affairs, current events section and buy like the new Noam Chomsky book or the new book about why the war is bad. I love reading that crap. And I was just a reader.
So Noam Chomsky's like the big linguist, right? Big linguistic guy.
Yeah, he's academic. Academics, he's known for his kind of like his theories and findings in the field of linguistics, but he's also a very he's a very prominent critic of U.S. foreign policy. So he has
Okay.
some of his best-selling works aren't really in the field of linguistics. It's more books that he writes about criticisms and critiques of like corporate media, the war on terror, or that talking about U.S. foreign policy with regards to the Middle East. Before that, talking like kind of came to prominence in the field of counterculture was back in Vietnam. He was one of the many academics that was very much against the war in Vietnam, against the draft, and very critical of U.S. foreign policy. Ever since then, he's always put out a lot of pieces, lectures, and whatnot about that. I really like his stuff about the news, though.
I've always known about Noam Chomsky since I was in college, but I never really, I didn't give him his, I didn't give him the respect. Like, you know how long it took me to like really start listening to Alan Watts and shit. You know, I've known about Alan Watts since like the first time I fucking smoked weed or something. Like, but I never really got into him. Like, certain people, they just get into your mind. Like, I've known about Rod Serling since I was in high school,
Okay.
but I've been aware of Rod Serling's work since I was like 6. So it's like, why am I into the Twilight Zone when I should have been into like Carl Sagan and shit?
Yeah.
Like who really got with me? Like, I love Jordan Peterson. A lot of people don't get on Jordan Peterson. I like him. I like. Did I tell you about that? What is that guy named Zizek? Do you know Zizek? That one.
Yeah, Slavoj or whatever his name is.
Slavoj Zizek. Yeah. Did you fuck
Yeah.
with this guy?
I've seen some of his stuff. I haven't really read any of his books, but I've seen a couple of documentaries of him.
Yeah, he's got some funky.
Briefly perused some of like some kind of like op-ed pieces.
The Pervert's Guide to like film and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an interesting philosopher.
Did you like? I like.
Yeah, you seem to. It seems to me like you tend to fucks more with like the philosophical stuff, and
Yeah.
like with me, I'm more. I really like, and I think the reason why I was so, I guess for lack of better words, enamored with like the works of Chomsky was because he was talking about stuff that was really affecting me at that point in life. I was in the Marine Corps. He's talking about like being critical of the military industrial complex, global war on terror,
Yeah.
going into war in Iraq under false pretenses of WMDs, and I was just like, huh. That really like kind of like woke me up, and I was like, holy shit, he's talking about some shit that's very very important to my life right now. But I haven't gotten into those philosophers too much.
I do. I like the philosophers because what I'm looking for is I'm a seeker. I think that's what they call it. So like the seeker is always looking for the way and like the Tao of like life. So I'm going through, and if I can get your instructions, your point of view, I can use that to find my way better. Because like you've already got this. Because some of these people have like fully formed views of like how things are. You listen to like Alan Watts got like, I mean, this motherfucker got like 15 hours of lectures. So like, you're like sitting there, and 1 hour will just be like, 1 hour is like crack for your mind for a year. You can do that for a year. That 1 hour. So like when you hear that shit, it's like I really want to know what you like. Have you ever heard Guy Ritchie's? There's like a 15-minute YouTube clip with Guy Ritchie on the Joe Rogan Experience talking about um, Excalibur, the Sword and the Stone, and King Arthur.
Yeah. Okay.
You've heard that one?
No, I haven't.
It starts with like he explains those stories. He uses he also explains why the reason why a man would want to wear a suit and how it should be worn. And then he explains the story of the prodigal son. He does all these things in like 15 minutes. It's fucking great.
That's awesome.
It's fucking really good. So the thing is, Guy Ritchie's like this great film director, but one of the reasons why it's so great and so easy for you to understand like this awesome ass 15-minute. It's not even a lecture. He's literally talking to the guy, but he's just dropping these nuggets, and then Rogan just like go on. I'm in there. I'm with you, right? And it's because he's got a fully formed view of the world that then he applies to everything else. And that's why I love the philosophers because I need it, man. I need it. Like I'm an information disseminator. That's like one of my skills, and I have to constantly consume so that then I can disseminate. But I always want to be. I have to keep readjusting my point of view for my own benefit for my audience. So that's the reason why I fuck with the philosophical shit. But I love talking about. I've gotten so much more into politics lately. Talk these motherfucking that black podcast I was on. That was black people, man. There was no white people. There was a Hispanic dude. There's two Hispanic dudes, and then all black people and like a Hispanic woman. No black, no white people, right? That's the one thing. There's 12, 13 motherfuckers on it, right? It was like the Wu-Tang Clan. So, these motherfuckers are talking about how I said Trump's gonna get I said Trump might get fucked if we get a Democratic president in next when he gets out. They might go right after him. And then I was like, they were like, no, that ain't gonna happen. And I was like, what? And they were like, no, he can't, he's unfuckwittable. And I was like, what? I can't believe you guys would say that. But this is the thing: the black person will always say that shit because black people have seen so much hypocrisy for so long that they don't have an expectation that justice will be served, and they go, no, he gonna get pardoned. Believe that they're gonna pardon him somehow. He's gonna get pardoned. Like he won't get busted, and I'm like, he can get busted. They could crucify him. And they're like, nah, he gonna get pardoned, dog. That's how it goes. And my godfather was like, my brother said this shit, and my godfather said this shit. They said, my godfather goes, I want them to not stop protesting and rioting at all. Just don't stop. Please do not stop doing it. He's like, what's going on in Portland? Don't stop. What's going on in Chicago? Keep doing it. And I was like, what the fuck? Why? And my older brother said this. He said, I've seen fucking the Watts Rodney King riots. I've seen fucking Abner Delawima. I've seen this. I've seen that. I've seen all sorts of shit. He's like every couple of. He's like it's just like somebody lights a match, it burns, it fizzles out. Somebody lights a match, burns, fizzles out. It's not just this nice burning fire. It needs to be a nice burning fire for a long time, or else it's not going to change. Because people just keep going, oh shit, what's going on now? Like they fucking like it's the first time this has ever happened. He's like, I've been seeing shit since I was fucking 15 years old. My godfather's 80. He's like, I saw the fucking Martin Luther King get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I went on a rant.
I think there is something to that. It's the continued momentum, and I kind of myself, from what I'm seeing at least in the circles that I'm observing, it seems like a lot of the momentum that was picked up from the demonstrations and protests and riots are fizzling.
Yep. People get tired. They want to go back to school. They just really want to get that fucking stimulus check if they can, or keep it at 600.
I think I think part of it is there's I think there's a lot there's still an insurmountable, well, not insurmountable, but there's so many distractions for us. I mean, you've got the UFC, you've got the NBA, you've got Major League Baseball, you've got NHL hockey. They're all playing. People are, oh, what's going on at NFL training camp? Gotta get my fucking bullshit fantasy league put together.
Gwyneth Paltrow had another kid. She's 47. Whoa, how did she do that?
Yeah, there's just a lot of noise and a lot of distractions. And so it's kind of, unfortunately, it's an uphill battle. I think there may be less distractions right now, but there's still a lot. And I think, like in LA and in California, as soon, there were about, I think it was 3 or 4 consecutive nights where they had curfews implemented in all of LA County. Um, and and it seemed like after about the fourth day of curfews and whatnot, they said, okay, we're going to do less curfews. And then after about less than a week of the protests and the riots, they said, oh, by the bars are open again. And they started opening.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
They flipped the script kind of hard on that, man.
Oh yeah. And I think there was a reason why they did that. They're like, oh shit, people are burning cop cars in West Hollywood. Let's give them these distractions.
What if they like? I don't understand. Like, I feel like in certain situations like that, it's like decriminalize like mushrooms. Like, do that now. Like, yeah, just like maybe do that, and then just I don't know. Like, I don't think it's gonna hurt people. Like, then there's just more people at home doing mushrooms. It's like, okay, cool. Nobody's yeah. Maybe they'll get wearing them. Oh, did we talk about that? Fuck. Okay. If you,
Dude, we've been up for 2 hours, bro.
I know we could get off. Dude, is it 2 hours already? It's 1:51. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we did not get into the UFC at all. It's not even necessary. It's not even necessary. Okay, there's lots of good fights. I don't know if you watched any of the Bellator. There's good Bellator shit coming out too. Yeah.
More distractions, Tim.
Yeah, we're getting it going, man. Things are coming back. Things are coming back again. We're gonna get stronger and better. I haven't done a duo pod stream in a long time. I'm so happy to have done this.
Oh yeah, man! No, this is a blast. Good fucking shoot the breeze.
Yeah, dude, this was great. Okay, thank you guys for checking it out. I love you so much, and it'll take me a couple minutes to get this fucking thing off. So peace now. It'll be awkward as I turn it off. Thank you, Chingidiculous. Love you, bro.
Okay, thank you, Tim. Honor and privilege as always.
Thank you. Peace.
Peace.
Boom. Okay, that was Chingidiculous. That was awesome, right, guys? Wasn't that dope? AF. Ha ha ha. It was super cool. All right, thank you guys for checking out the live stream. You are amazing. I really appreciate you. We're gonna keep this thing rocking and rolling. I'll be back again sometime this week. Check my Twitter to keep up with me for my live stream. And yeah, let me know if there's anything you want me to cover in the comments, and I'll cover it for you. Joey Bellbottoms, thank you so much for checking out the live stream, dude. I really appreciate you. Michael Reynoso, dude. Oh, God, dude. I love you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. That's it for now. I've got to try to turn this thing off. I don't even know how to turn this thing off, to be honest. They redid it. They redid it, man. So I can't figure out how to turn it off, dude. For real. Okay, exit stream. No, that's not going to do it. Okay, no, that's not how you do it. How do you turn it off? This is pissing me off, bro. I really don't know how to do it. This video is paid for. Product placement, no. Yo, keep going, man. I love your vids. Dude, I appreciate it, man. I really do. This is a good one, man. I was feeling really good about this one. I've been having a pretty good day. I got some sunlight and stuff. Oh, come on. How do I turn it off? That's not how you do that. Yeah, we'll figure this out, bro. Exit stream. This stream can be accessed again from the managed list. Exit will not end a stream if it's currently live. See, I'm live now, so I have to turn it to be okay. I'm still live. Close. Okay. Good connection. Am I still see, I'm still live. It's stupid, dude. I hit 280 subs? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, I hit 280 subs. Friggin' dope, dude. I remember when I wanted to get to 250. 250 was my goal. To get there by, like, July 12th or something. 30 subs more since then. Cannot turn you off. I don't know how to turn off my... Oh, dashboard? YouTube Studio Dashboard? YouTube Studio Dashboard. Fudge! Fudge! Am I still streaming? Am I still streaming? Go back. Is it off? Can't still be off. Okay, I'll turn the stream off from the software. The most